Ah, okay. Welcome back again, guys. Yeah, she thought it was on my personal page, so that was why. Yeah, welcome back. So now we are good, I think. She will join us shortly. She thought it was on my personal page. I guess my fault. um. And media. Check. With um with Winfrey. I have to make sure I put her handle right in case you want to follow her. So she's really amazing. All right, so there we go. She's on now. I'm gonna accept her request. Then she's okay. So we're good. We're good.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, darling. How are you? Sorry about that. My mistake.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I've checked the flyer. Don't mind me. I could have checked it. I could have seen it. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. We were supposed to do another version, and then we couldn't meet up with the whole Zoom call and all that.
Yes.
Actually, I experienced the same thing. I think it was yesterday I was about doing an interview.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so the person had to literally use another account to log in. It was from my own end. I don't know.
And are you serious? That means I need to definitely check it out and make sure like things are okay. Because I don't do Zoom so often. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So maybe that's why.
Try on your computer next time. Anyway, so nice to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you.
You've been on the drilling side. Now I'm gonna drill you. It's
yes. Yes, actually, yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to it. I've already introduced you before. Course we went out because I have to write it to you. But then later, Winfrey Okolo is a model. She is former Miss. Okay, she was the Miss Tourism Nigeria 2017. She's a brand influencer, event host, TV talk show host at Silverbird TV, and if I'm right, the owner of event pageant academy, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So interesting. I'm looking forward to get to know you more. In terms of what was your goal when you went for the competition, and do you think that you actually achieved that goal of after you became or emerged the winner of Miss Tourism?
Okay, so first of all, right? So in Nigeria, we have a whole lot of pageant platforms, right?
Right.
So the one I competed in was the most beautiful girl in Nigeria, right? 2017.
Yeah.
And I didn't win it. So I was the second runner up, and that's where I got the Miss Tourism title from. So the first is actually Miss MBG, and that's the most beautiful girl in Nigeria. She represents Nigeria at Miss World.
Right.
The first runner up is MBGN Universe. She represents Nigeria at Miss Universe. So I was the second runner up. So I was the third position, and that is Most Beautiful Girl in Nigeria Tourism, right? And she definitely becomes the tourism ambassador to Nigeria. So basically, that's what happened exactly in my case. Just clarifying that. So yeah, to your question of did I yeah, of course. I mean, you compete in a pageant. Everybody, your idea or what you want is to win, right? But yeah, I also thought that, okay, you know what? whatever I get out of it, I was going to make good use of it. And yes, like my idea for competing in the pageants was actually to just get a platform to push myself. Because normally, okay, I studied law in the University of Benin, right?
Interesting.
But like, yeah, so like even after I got called to the bar, my dad kept on asking me that, okay, fine, this is your law you went to go and read. What do you want to use it to do? Do you get? And but they all saw that, see, this girl was definitely not going to use that law degree for anything anytime soon. Do you get? So I just got the degree and gave it to them. And then I've always been into entertainment right from like school. Like I used to host events and host like little shows here and there. Do you get? But even me, I didn't know that, okay, long run, that was what I was going to be doing full time. Do you get? But I knew that when I finished school, I did my service, and then I started working as a lawyer in a firm, in an office. It was an IT firm, but I was like the legal person there and all of that. And the truth is that in all that time, I knew that, you know what, like, I wasn't feeling myself. To be honest, I'm telling you, it just felt like I was wasting my time. Like, girl, what are you doing here? But like, do you understand? But I just felt that at least people are looking for work. I have work. So I was just doing it. It got to a point that, and I was still modeling on the side, right? So I now started clashing with my boss at a point, because sometimes my boss is the kind of person that he literally wants you to be in the office from 7 a.m. till 11 p.m. in the night. I've literally left my office by 1 a.m. before. It was that bad. And he doesn't like it when you're, do you understand, when you're not at the office, even on the weekends, he wants you there. And it wasn't necessarily working for me because I was still modeling in that time, right? So I still used to try to get jobs on the side during the weekend. But it just came to a day. I just told the man, I'm like, you know what? See, and I started getting jobs in Lagos, so I had to be traveling because I'm based in Abuja.
Yeah.
And I had to be traveling. And whenever I travel, he's always complaining. He's not comfortable with it. He wants me to be at the office on weekends. And I'm like, see, you know what? This is not working for me, man. Let me just chill and just face. So I actually left. I actually left the job. And after I left, I didn't necessarily have anything doing. So I was actually home. And I was just like, so let me even give a story. Something that made me leave, right? I had an accident, right? So one of the days I actually went to the office. I was doing office runs as usual and everything. And then I used to have a business I run on the side, the Gift Professional. I still do it. I provide gift service to like people in need of it and all that, companies, personal people and all that. So I had a delivery that day, and I was also meant to go run some errands with my boss. So on my way to the errands with my boss, a car literally hit me off the road. No, like I was driving, right? Yeah. But a bigger car literally hit my car off the road. My car almost went into the other lane. Do you get? The airbags deployed. It was a mess. I think I blacked out for a bit. Before I came out, there were people surrounding the car and all of that. Do you get? So after that experience, honestly, was when I sat down and thought to myself that, see, if I died that day that accident happened, will I say I was fulfilled with what I was doing? And honestly, after I thought to myself, my answer was no. After that period, I just walked up to my boss and said, you know what?
I'm done.
I'm telling you, I'm done. Like, this is not working for me. And after then, I actually was home. Do you get? And I was actually home and I was there. Yeah, of course, you get miserable at the point, start thinking of a lot of things. But I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather know that I'm available, right, to get what I want than what I want passing me by because I'm not available. Because while I was working at that job, I couldn't do any other thing. Do you get? So that was basically the point I thought about it. And then I now remember that, okay, true. When I was in school then, I used to always want to compete for MBGN. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to pick the form. Right? And I did pick the form. So the idea for me going for that pageant was to create a platform to do all the other things I wanted to do. For instance, now, the pageant academy, then my gifting business also. I wanted a bigger platform so I could be able to reach other people. And yeah, I did get all of that.
Right. Amazing. Because I think it actually comes down to, when you are not at the right path, you actually feel it. Yeah. We have this that something is odd, and that was how I quit my job as well 10 years ago. Let me not even go there. Wow. Because this is about you, and it was a passion burning to be the voice of women, do this, I think it might started with the problem of single mother. There was a single woman that was really
Yeah.
having a big issue that period, and
Mm-hmm.
people were just putting her at the spot. No, she's always denying that she has a child because
Oh,
people are
wow.
like fighting on her. The whole stigma around it. So
Yes.
and then I'm like, why? Just talk. Like, if the
Mm-hmm.
guy doesn't want to date you, let him go. Then it's not for you. Blah, blah, blah. I'm always like, that's why. So in my head, I
Yeah.
wanted to do a documentary for single motherhood. That was what I wanted to do. And then I started it with so naiveness, but so much passion in my heart. But I went into it and it didn't work out the way I expected because I was naive in the media industry. And then, yeah, I quit. I quit. I went back to school to actually study journalism, so I will have an
Oh,
idea
wow.
of what
Yeah, what it
I'm
was
going
about. Yeah.
into. Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
the passion was there, and I thought, okay, I
Mm-hmm.
will leave it. But then after I moved, the whole thing kept coming back again, and I keep finding
Mm-hmm.
myself back to the same track
Back
of
there again.
camera action, all those things. So
Yes.
yeah, I am today, and I'm so happy,
Awesome.
honestly. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
Anyway, I believe that you feel it. Once you feel it, just go for it. It can be
Mm-hmm.
tough, but it's a good
Yes.
cause.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that side of you. And
Awesome.
so it's a big transition being a lawyer, as in studying to be a lawyer, or rather, you're actually a lawyer, and then
Yes.
from there to modeling to now a TV show host and
Yeah.
event host and all that. That's a big transition. So how is
Mhm.
it for you? How are you doing with that
Oh
in your own
well.
opinion?
Oh well. It's been crazy. It's been interesting. I think that's the best part of it because it's interesting, right? Normally, the kind of person I am, right, I easily get bored with stuff. So yeah, I think it was only normal that like you probably just keep on changing, right? From being alone, and I think another thing, the secret behind it is that it's not like I'm doing all this at one time.
Yeah, yeah,
You
of
get
course.
exactly at the point I was doing law, right? Then I stopped that, and then I found something else, and then I'm doing that, right? So of course it's never easy starting something new. For instance, now you even said you stopped and went to journalism school. I
Ah,
didn't
yeah.
go to any, I didn't go to any journalism school. From being a lawyer, I literally just went for the pageant. And the good thing is that Silverbird is the pageant organizer, and they have it's a communications company. They're like it's a group of companies, right? So they
Right.
have the cinemas, they have television, they have the radio, they have the pageants, they have the charity foundation, they have a whole lot of things under it. So finding myself in that position to actually when after I competed for the pageant and being at that point, and I actually looked, I'm like, okay, this is actually something I want to do. So I actually started off by trying to go on with a tourism show. So that's what I
Right.
actually did during my reign, right? So I was actually going down different places in Lagos, in Nigeria, traveling here. I even went to some places out of Nigeria, just
Right.
trying to do something. And then I had a friend, luckily for me, what part of the whole Silverbird and people and all of that, who had a show of his own. So what I will do is that when I record my stuff, I'll push it on his show because I didn't have any time or any slot at that point. So he
Right.
would just help me edit it and like air it and all that kind of stuff. And luckily for me, when there was a slot for when they were doing auditions for another show and all of that, he was
Mhm.
like, oh, okay, fine, like I could actually come for this. And that's how I went there. And luckily for me, I actually got it. The first day I was on TV, I was on live television.
Ooh, I'm
Live
panicking for
television
you already.
with I was shaking like my hands the cameramen were laughing at me. My hands, my legs were shaking
I
and it was just
know.
weird. Do you understand? Like I literally just came in. I hadn't even gotten the job yet. I literally just came in for one of the interviews and they're like, oh, okay, fine. I think what happened was either I think that day the anchor or the host, something happened, whether she wasn't around or something. I can't remember. But it's
Mm.
like, you know what?
Let's be
You're
you.
going to be on TV. Do you understand? You're going in, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, help me. And it was one hell of. I'm sure you know what it is like being in front of
I
the camera. Do
know,
you get?
especially if it's
So it
live
was.
TV. Oh,
I'm telling you. So
yeah.
it wasn't easy. And for the most time of it, I was nervous, I was shaky.
Yeah.
But then again, you know how when you do something consistently back to back, you actually get better at it. So that's actually what happened. Then of course the modeling part of it, I've always modeled right from school. So I think what the transition for me there was just from Abuja to Lagos. So now I'm modeling in Abuja and then now coming to model in Lagos. So that's where the whole transition for me. And yeah, we know the market in Lagos is saturated and all of that. But then again, the media platform did help to push out that part. So yeah.
Right. But what would you say would be, let me rephrase this question. What would you say that when you went to like Silverbird to be to be part of the team, that because you were giving out your slots, to put in someone else's slots. How was it? Because if I don't know somebody, is it easy for me to walk up to anybody and say, "Oh, I have a talk show. Can you please?" It's not that easy. It's because you know somebody. So, like you say that somebody can do if they want to go through that part of media or presenting job or something.
Or media, that's the thing. So when I went, there was an audition, right?
Oh, right.
Do you understand? So there was an audition. So it's not like
you just like walked
in. Exactly. It's not as if I just. But the thing, I had an advantage because I was I was already in the team, kind of. Do you understand? Right. Silverbird pageant, MBGN, Silverbird television. It's not too far off. Yeah. But then again, that was an advantage, true. But at the same time, it was more of like the teams working on this. The television team is totally different from the pageant team. So you will not expect any favoritism because you think, oh, okay, fine, you know somebody. Do you understand? Exactly. So it just happened to be that I went there, right? I did the audition. Then I kept on going back just to find out, okay, what's happening? Okay, how far are we? Like, do you understand? Just to keep on following up. And that was my luck. So that morning I actually went there. I just went there for okay, how far now?
The audition thing.
Exactly, the whole checkup thing. And I'm like, oh, okay. Do you understand? So apparently, like, nobody else was there at that point. Do you get? And then there was one person already on the show. So they were like, okay, fine, I should join her since I'm here and all of that. So let them even see what it would be like on TV. So so I'll say I think apart from the fact of all of that, I think God's grace was actually just part of it all. Yeah. Because what were the odds that I'll literally go there that morning? Do you understand? And the host will be around and then I'll have to fill in for her. So I think I was just probably at the right place at the right time, even after doing the auditions. Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. Wow. Meanwhile, let's try to separate this beautiful career that you have, modeling and being a media personality. How would you say about if someone wants to become a model, where would the person start? What's the starting points? I have no idea about that part. I'm too short to know.
Okay, so the thing is, a lot of people here, a lot of people ask that question. Funny enough, I actually do a live session every Friday on my platform, Pageant Academy, for aspiring beauty queens and models, right? And they ask that question a lot. And what I honestly tell them is the way I went about it. It's just the same way, like, if I want to tell someone how to do something, I'll literally talk from my experience. Exactly. And my experience here basically was that when I was in school, I wasn't necessarily too interested in modeling like that. Why? Because honestly, I didn't even know, okay, fine, I had what it took to model. A lot of people used to tell me, oh, Winfrey, you should do this, Winfrey, you should do that. I remember one pageant, they even literally forced me to participate in. So like I just did it because somebody just told me, no, I bought food for you, I've done everything, so just go there. I'm like, okay, let me just do it. You get. So it's not like I was ever crazy about it. But the first pageant I did, which was a big win for me, was in 2012. The same thing. Somebody got me a form to participate in a pageant at my university, right? And for some reason, the pageant didn't hold anymore. So if I had participated, whoever won that pageant in the university was meant to represent my school at a national pageant, right? So what happened is, since the pageant at my school didn't hold anymore, one of the organizers of the national pageant actually came to meet me and said she wanted me to represent my school anyways. Do you get? And I was like, I told her no. Hey, because first of all, my dad was a pastor. My mother, I was born and bred in deeper life. Do you understand?
Hey, and you have to wear bikini.
Exactly. So you can see.
Please go.
Oh, so you understand. So you understand exactly. So that was it. Like, how did they want me to do this? Because my parents were definitely going to support me. They were not going to give me money to do anything. So I told them, like, see, I'm not doing a big. I don't have I don't want trouble. Then also the course I was reading was very tasky in law and all that. So my mind
Yeah.
wasn't there. But she kept on pushing, pushing, pushing. She pushed and pushed and pushed. Do you understand? And she's like, you know what? That anything I need for the pageant, she was going to get it. That if I win, I'll pay her back. I'm like, what do you think? What if I don't win? She said, I
What
shouldn't
if I
worry. When we get there, we'll sort it out. She actually pushed. I think she called. She told me that can she talk to anybody? Okay, that she'll talk to my parents and all that. I said,
wow.
I said no. I didn't want them to know about it, so I told her to talk to my sister. So when she spoke to my sister said, okay, fine. That she thinks okay, I should try it out. I said okay. I literally just went, carried my box and went there. I didn't know what I was wearing. I didn't know my costume. I didn't know anything. Do you get? And the good thing is, and I now won the pageant. So like she was so excited, like, oh, like, can you see what I was telling you about? It was at that point and I realized that okay, maybe
Somebody's
maybe
actually
all
saying
these
something
things
I'm not saying.
exactly. It was at that point I
Yeah.
was like, okay, there's probably something here that I'm actually not seeing. So it was then I now decided to start exploring the whole modeling part of everything, right?
Right.
So then I was schooling in Benin, but I lived in Abuja. So I then got, I think it was after that, I think after I handed over and now like started looking into the whole thing, pageantry, modeling more seriously. So how I started was I got registered, I got signed up to a modeling agency. So
Okay.
one day
Right.
in my room, I was literally just there thinking, okay, what can I do? What can I do? And everything. And I just started sending out mails to modeling industries, modeling local, international. I just like attach my picture, send them an application. I want to be a part of a modeling agency. I think I sent to about 10 or 20 safe that day
Yeah.
and all of that. And luckily for me, I actually got responses. So out of the responses I got, I now started like looking them up on Instagram, like on sorry,
Mhm.
on the internet and
Go
find out the
ahead.
ones I would want to be a part of. Then I did join one. I joined Beth, but because I wasn't in Lagos and I didn't go to Lagos so frequently, they now sent me a contact to somebody that had a sister agency in Abuja. That was GI Models. And
Right.
then I joined GI Modeling Agency. So that's basically how I started. So whenever I get asked that question, I tell them like this is exactly what I did. I literally reached
Yeah.
out to this agency, and that's how I started. And of course, starting eventually wasn't easy. What would they do? They can only do what they can do, right? They'll tell you, okay, fine, you have castings here, you have auditions
Hmm.
here, make sure you're here at this time and all of that.
Yeah.
I went for different castings. I got rejected a whole lot of times. Do you understand? At a point, I'm like, you know what? Maybe in the end, like this thing is not for me. But I actually, after I just kept on going, and it was
Yeah.
just exactly, and it was just one day that I realized that like I think I got picked for a job. Of course, I was so excited about it. Went to go and do the photo shoot, and it was cool. And from there, people will refer and refer and refer, and
Yeah.
that's how like from one job to another. That's basically how everything happened.
Oh, nice. It's always so, you know, the way you're saying it, it sounds so easy, but this has been really like a whole
I'm
roller
telling
coaster on
you,
its own. Can imagine.
exactly,
I can imagine.
exactly.
Anyway, what would you say is the biggest challenge in the media industry so far? You know, you're in it, and you
Mhm.
get to kind of, you know, mingle with who knows who and who is who. But what would you think is the biggest challenge so far?
So far, I would say my biggest challenge is I think that situation, what you just said, literally, who knows who? In Nigeria, we're big on that,
Right.
right? And then the industry here in Lagos, especially, is so saturated. And there are people everywhere, there are events everywhere. So you literally have to know this person has to know that person. Do you get? So
Mm.
if you're on your own, you can literally almost not even be successful
You'll
at
be
it.
invisible.
I'm telling you, you will literally be invisible. Nobody would know you. But when you keep on like you have to know like go for events exactly, meet this person, follow up with this person. So I think that's based because the truth is honestly me. I don't it's not like I'm not I will just be honest, I'm not a social person. I'm not a social person. I literally would rather sit down in my house, right, and just like I like to work. Like even this social distancing quarantine, while I've been enjoying myself. I won't
And
even
you
lie.
started the series social distancing edition. That's really cool.
Exactly. Thank you. So you see, I'm doing that. I'm home, right? So I'm just working from home, getting news from here, editing my stuffs and all of that, posting it out there. Do you get? As opposed to when we're actually out there, you literally have to go for events, like go out, dress up, make up, everything. And honestly, you see all outside, you think we're having fun. I'll be honest with you, like most of the time I'm like, please, can I just go home? Do you get? So I think that is it. Like you literally have to keep up. That whole keeping up thing to stay relevant, that whole struggle and all of that. It's just a whole lot. The whole drama involved in it and all that.
Exactly. That's what I want to actually ask. Like, don't you think that in Nigeria or Nigeria, yes, let me use Nigerian media kind of circle of who knows who, don't you think that if you are not flaunting more of your, your cash and what you can wear, you are not gonna come up there yet? Don't you think so?
So yeah, of course. Like yeah. So in Nigeria, I think it's two things: how fly you are, and how talented you are.
Right.
Right. So it's now your ability to mix the flyness with the talent. Do you get? So I think that is what it is. So fine, people can say that, oh, you know what you're doing. Okay,
she's cool. But then
exactly. Okay, after that, okay, what else? Do you get? So you have to be able to properly balance and mix that flyness with actually knowing what you're doing and then putting yourself out there continuously. You have to be in the trend and all of that.
Yes. Okay. I know it's a difficult industry. Even though I live abroad, and sometimes when I try to come back to Nigeria, it's not easy. You have to go through who knows who. You have to find who knows who, and if you are not who knows who, your DM is being ignored and all of that. So
exactly,
it's not that easy. But how do you continue to push when you get many no's? How do you keep on moving? What is your motivation to keep moving, to keep requesting? Oh, she said no. Will you ask again? Let's say, for example, who is the Beyonce of Nigeria? Let me not go there. But something like, if you're trying to reach the Beyonce of Nigeria, for example, and I don't want to mention anybody's name, and then you just DM. And now, okay, the person didn't respond because of course you can't reach the person direct, or maybe when they respond you get a no or not now. How do you would you go back to that particular person again, or would you give up on it?
No, definitely. Like, see, that one is even far. Let's come down to this quarantine period. You know how this whole life thing, ordinary life, of course you want guests. Ordinary life. You literally want guests, and do you know how many people have sent DM? Do you understand? Do you know how many DMs I've sent? So people watch it and they think, okay, I know she's cool like that. Like everybody will literally just answer when she calls. No, not like that.
The hustle is real.
And I'm serious. I will sit down with my book and my paper. I'll be writing handles, right. I'll not start sending all of them DMs one by one. The ones that reply will reply. The ones that won't reply will reply. The ones that will tell you, oh, sorry, please, I'm really busy right now. Blah blah blah. Will tell you that one. Exactly. So even the funny thing is that I think the truth is, before I didn't know how to take. Oh, I think I didn't know how to take rejection when it came to certain things. But when it now came to recently, I've been learning how to take rejection from people I know and expect to not have reject. Do you understand? And it's just weird because I'm like, we used to be cool. Like, for instance, now I was in Abuja now. Then I modeled, so like I knew a number of people there, and then do you understand? And like there are people that I think were cool. Apparently it was all in my mind. So I'm not even trying to say, okay, fine, you know what, during this quarantine period, since normally I would like to if I was in Abuja now, then I know there's certain people I'll interview on the show and all of that. But since I'm in
Right.
Lagos, it's usually Lagos people. So I'm like, okay, fine. During this quarantine period, let me go back. Let me try to
All
like.
of them.
Do you understand? Like let's catch up. Like what's happening over there in the industry? Is it the same thing? I have sent message, sent no response. So I say and you see that they've read it. I say okay. What will I do? In my mind,
the same message and you just still expect a
do you get?
response.
It's
Okay.
honestly
Yeah.
discouraging. But I
It
just
is.
realized
Yeah.
that see, it's not worth it. Like if I'll send you a message and you're not conscious enough to just even reply, if you decided not to do it, and I just face the ones that will answer me. Like I'm not even up about looking for people that are. Do you understand anymore?
Yeah.
Like if you think and that's the thing. Truth is, the kind of thing I want to do in the media industry, right? Is even more. Is focused more on people that are trying to find their footing and get
Right. But that's the
do you
problem because
understand?
when a lot of people finally get there that they are aspiring to get, they literally forget that they were once in that position when they were hustling the contacts,
Exactly.
So
So
you just finally feels like, oh, I have the phone number, I can easily call and makes life easy for you. And then you forget that this was actually your journey before. And that is sad.
yeah.
And I think women especially we do this to ourselves a lot. I
Yes, we
think
do. We
that
do.
really hurts even more when it's a woman or women. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But like,
tell me.
yeah. What?
Tell me, you were saying something.
Well, yeah, like I would, yeah, it hurts, especially when it's like a woman like you do get. But then again, that's what like I figured that that's how it is. That I'm like, it's. I feel it's probably is normal, and it's because certain people don't have certain kind of mindsets, right?
Mm,
Because the
mm,
truth is, I'm not even. I interviewed someone today, for instance. Yeah, he
mm.
like we met and all of that, and then he now won a
Yeah.
major competition, and do you understand? And
Mm.
all of that. And I told him straight, I'm like, I know small time now. We'll call you, won't be able to reach you again. But anyhow, now
So
that you're
true.
here, we interview you. Exactly. So I'm like, that is the way I think now. Like, if it gets to that point and it seems like this person is going to be like that, I'm not going to feel bad and say, okay, no, yeah. I'm not going to take anything personally. It is your life. You decided to do that. Move on. There are other people to be interviewed there. Do you get? And the
That's
good
right.
thing is that no matter where you are, no matter how many sets of people you go through, there are still those very few people that make it totally worth it.
That's
Do you
right.
understand?
That's
So I
right.
actually go for people like that. And I just hope that when I'm reaching out to these people, I find, even if it's one, do you
Mm.
understand? There's always that person that'll be
Yeah.
encouraging to
That's
always try and all of that. So I'm not even, yeah, then I used to get worked up about it and I feel, okay, no, you're meant to this way, you're meant to, but now I don't have energy for all of that. So it's like,
no hard
I just,
feelings anymore.
I
Yeah,
don't have
it's funny
energy.
because I think it's also it's all over the world. I think, but
Yeah,
in Nigeria it's a lot
it's
because
more, yeah.
we put value to material things and things that we see on social media a lot. But because again this platform I try as much as possible to reach out to European and African women, even some American ladies as well, and you find that they respond even better,
Better, true. They
better
do.
and faster than our own people,
Mhm,
and that really
mhm.
kind of hurts. So, and they even support even more than even I
More.
expect. Once they see, oh, pageant, oh, platform for women, okay, fine, I'm in. Tell
Yeah,
me more
yeah.
about it, and it looks more. Those honestly, those people have really been my kind of kick and motivation
Yeah,
because they see what the platform stands for and why they should continue to,
yeah,
share their whatever they are doing. Anyway,
yeah,
let me talk about Pageant Academy. I love that
yeah.
platform. That you're giving you're lending your knowledge to young people that wants to go the same path that you are into. Tell more about it, please.
Okay, so basically, Pilot Academy was born in 2017. 2017 was the year I actually was MBJ in tourism,
Right.
right? And the truth is, what actually triggered that was the fact that when in my reign, even before my reign, when I was even trying to go for the competition, I was looking for people that could help me with the journey, like people I could ask, okay, how far? how did you do this thing? Do you get like how did you go about doing this? What was the competition like? Do you understand? You're going somewhere new now. You just want to find out, okay, how was it for you and all of that. And I realized that not a lot of people were responding. Not a lot of people were being that open and to help. Some people just say, yeah, just go and have fun. Or just say, yeah, nothing serious, just pray yourself, like nothing serious. Do you get? And I tried, I know I checked, like other people that had rain, queens and all of that, they were not forthcoming. The ones that replied, the ones that don't reply, won't reply. Do you get? And I'm like, oh, okay. So we just went there blindly now, did what we could do and then left, right? So then during the rain and all of that, of course you forget all of that. But like with time, I know I got a lot of messages from people saying, oh fine, I want to go for this pageant. Please can you help me? I want to do this. How? Okay, what do I need? What James said, I want to go for the auditions. What should I expect? And all of that. So people literally, a whole lot of people kept on sending that message and those kind of messages and all of that. And that was it. I'm like, okay, you know what? And sometimes, and me, the kind of person I am, I can be very terrible with my phone. Like I can literally dump my phone throughout the day. I don't even know where it is till probably at night or something. Just because, okay, fine. Now I literally have to be on my phone for live videos and things like that. That's why, okay, fine. I try to have it handy sometimes. And sometimes I actually realize that, I know I used to see some messages of like months I haven't replied and all of that because like my DM gets pretty jammed and all that. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Instead of like having to reply to these people one after the other every time, why not have something where all of them will come together and then just I have all your questions answered, bring people in the industry, probably your fellow beauty queens, stakeholders, makeup artists to come and give these people an idea of how they should prepare and what to expect. So basically, that was actually how the whole thing was born. I'm like, okay, I'll start. And starting, I did the launch, in 2017, I think September or so, thereabout. And it was cool. And then after that, I'm like, okay, fine, we'll do this again next year. And the response has always been so amazing. A lot of people have actually responded. Yeah. And a number of our girls have actually been done like the girl that actually competed for MBGN 2019, tourism was actually 2-time our student. So she's been there twice. And she made she was top 3. So and different other pageants too, Miss Nigeria, different pageants, and they've done well. So I realized that, okay, fine, this is actually something that is.
But it's not removing your crown now, giving all these tips out. It's not removing your own crown. That's what people don't know.
Do you understand?
Your crown is not there. Like, it's even...
Maybe you come and help me tell them, because they obviously don't know. And it's funny. It's very funny because when you now reach out to them, okay, some of them to come for the thing. Some of them are actually really excited about it and open about it, but some still have that attitude, like, please, okay, like, and I'm like,
my tip, my
like,
secret.
What? Like your secret, like, you can reign only once in a pageant, so like, and it's just funny. But then, and that is even on one side, right? At least the people that now, even coming down to the people you've even trained, that have come for it, they benefited from it. I'm telling you, they will, like, you see other people that will come for it and say, I tried to reach this person, and you'll be like, this person, and I know this girl was here now, like, she's not answering people again. I say, God. Even the ones that even come will train them, they'll go and win. You can't call them again, no.
Even you that trained them, you wouldn't be able to reach her anymore, because
you can't start them again. I'm like, okay. On my own, I'm like, see, I beg, this life, everybody will, I just believe everybody will live life the way they want to live it, right?
Yeah, I think what we're doing even helps when we keep talking about it. Women should be aware that it's okay to share what you have. It's okay to, open your door. You're a TV presenter, I'm a TV presenter. There's a way we can work together. We can grow better. We can be better.
Exactly.
I'm not naive, but I'm that naive in that aspect that I believe that, honestly, I might share with you my next step of what I want to do. Even if you do it, that does not mean I still won't do it. It means that
Exactly.
this is your platform or path, but this is
Exactly.
mine, and I'll
Exactly.
do it my
Very
own
true.
way. And that's
Exactly.
what a lot of women really fails to understand. Is
They
when I
don't
was
get.
growing up, I wouldn't lie to you. I was actually long before, like when I was really young, I used to hold on to my ideas. Oh, if I share it, they will steal it, stealing of idea. But
Yeah.
immediately I got into that passion lane of being voice of women, really rendering myself to service to people. I like, okay, let it out. Let it
Let
out.
it
Whatever.
out. It's just
You know,
exactly.
whatever happens, happens. And if
Mm-hmm.
somebody want to take it, fine, take it. I had it
Mm-hmm.
before. It will come again. You know.
Exactly, to come again. And another thing people don't get is that, see,
Hi,
once
darling.
it's your idea, right?
Hmm.
Even if they steal it, nobody can interpret it the way you want to interpret it. That is just the truth. That's what they fail to understand. Did you get?
Mm,
Like
yeah.
nobody can literally, like I've had it. I was trying to organize one of the Python academies, and I invited somebody to come and be as a speaker. The person was like, "Okay, fine. Can I have a meeting with you? Let's talk about this."
Mm.
The person came. Oh, the person asked question, up, down, left, right. Ask question. I answer. I was not wondering after. It was even later when I was even talking to my friend, like telling the person that I just with one of my guys, and I'm like, see, this person was just asking question up and down. The person was like, I hope you didn't say anything. I'm like, they asked me question. Of course, you'll be wise enough to know how much you would tell. Do you get?
That's
But
right.
like, I just wanted to know what was gonna happen. Small, like, and the funny thing during the conversation, the person was actually talking about how no, and they don't think it's going to work considering how Nigeria is. Do you understand? Not necessarily saying fine, you can't do it, but they're just telling you that see, they don't think it will work.
Work in Nigeria.
Yeah, before I knew it, the person
You're
released
already
down.
doing it. That's typical women.
I'm
So they're
telling you,
so
the
funny.
person they literally went and really started doing it, and I'm like, oh wow, I thought it wasn't
I
gonna
thought it
work.
would work. Yeah.
So in the end, some people just need advice. Some people just need encouragement. They don't really need to know that okay, somebody's doing it right,
Mm.
and that is it. So I'm like, see, there's space for everyone.
There is.
There's space for
There is.
everyone. Like
There
I
is.
sometimes I think I go to the supermarket and actually think I'm like, see, how many toothpaste brands do we have in this world?
Exactly. And all of them sells for pricing.
All of them sell. Do you get? So
You even go back. You know what I used to use in comparing? I used to think of the pepper women. I grew up in Onitsha, so I used to say if
mhm.
you go inside the market, a lot of pepper people selling pepper in the market, and
Exactly.
all of them freaking sell their
All
market.
of
That's
them
where I
still
see it.
sell.
Oh,
All of
I
them
don't
still sell.
know.
So it's just about you pushing your own thing and know how you're doing it, right?
Yeah,
So
I know, of course, you have to be careful of the kind of people you surround yourself with, but at the same time, we can't use the fear of, ideas being stolen or, to hide in the closet. Sometimes when
yes,
J and J Glam, she actually said that sometimes when you share your idea, you actually have more better vision
exactly.
on how to twerk it.
Very true. Very, very true. I totally
Because
agree
you
with
have
that.
it here, and once you say it out, and the person was saying, in your head, something else just clicked. And like, this is
Something
what
else
I
will come
needed.
up.
Yes. So, anyways, ladies,
Yes.
I think we can talk about this
Yes.
because
Definitely.
we actually, I think whether in Nigeria, whether in Europe, I think women needs to open door for each other. We should, of course, if you want, it's okay. Even if you want to collab and still collect money, it's fine. But make sure that you are there for another woman. It goes a long way. Winnie, I think I'm losing you. Okay, you're there. Yes, careful of China. They copy you. Somebody say that Chinese people
We get your time.
say the
They
China brand. Yeah. Anyway, what would be your advice to upcoming media aspirants and model aspirants? You've actually said most of it, but in the nutshell, what would you say it would be your their go to? Just go get it and do whatever you have to do.
Yeah, I will say, see, first of all, now the times we're in, everybody wants to get rich quick, and there's no such thing as getting rich quick, right?
Mm-mm.
I was talking to a model, and she was asking me questions and all of that. And the next question she asked is that which part of modeling would you say is the fastest to blow. I mean, the fastest to make money. I'm like, come on, I can't say you. Do you understand? Which one is the fastest to make money? Which one is the fastest to blow again? Do you get? So like, and now that she knows that runway is there, commercial modeling is there, and all of that, but she wants the ones that'll give her the quick cash. I said, they don't like quick cash. Like, no. Is it that you want to do it because you love it, or you don't want to do it? I would not advise anybody to do anything because of the idea or the wants to make money. Do you get?
Right.
Especially when it's just you finding that thing that is your own that you want to do. When you find, I believe when you find something that honestly brings you joy and look for a way you can use it as a service or to add value to other people's lives, then money will literally follow you from there.
That's right.
So I think the idea is just finding what what you really know you're interested in doing, and then putting in everything. The fact that you love something doesn't mean that you're not going to be challenged by it. The fact that you love doing something mean everything is going to be totally easy and all of that.
Right.
You understand? So you just need to keep on doing it. You face hurdles, you face challenges. You need to keep on pushing and keep on going for it. So basically, that is actually what I will tell people.
Right. Thanks, love. And to try to summarize things up here, it's now that we're on lockdown, you are doing social distancing edition. How are you how are you taking care of it? Are you editing yourself? Do you think if you want to be in the media, you'll have to know the lights, the this, the that? What would be your touch on that? I have
Okay. So yes, definitely. As I said, when I came into the entertainment media business, right, I was a total novice, right? But then again, of course, I realized that, you know what, good for me, I had someone who was very, very helpful and advised me on things to do, things I should try to get my hands on. And it was good because, the person told me that I needed to actually learn certain things.
Right.
Do you understand? Certain things I see. It's not only about knowing how to talk or knowing how to present, and do you understand? Knowing how to act in front of camera. You need to go as far as back and learn. If you can learn how to edit, it will be good for you. If you can learn how to shoot, you understand?
So it was good.
Yeah, exactly. So during this period, I was not like, okay, you know what? Instead of just sleeping and waking up every day, I don't have a problem doing that, but like I should try to do stuff and put stuff out there. So I'm like, these are things I actually always wanted to do. I always wanted to be able to do my own thing and edit it and put it out there. But because then you're working, like work can be so tasky sometimes and everything, so it was kind of hard. But during this time, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to start doing stuff. But the good thing is, funny enough, as I was thinking about it, several people were sending me a message that Winfrey, have fun now, come, let's collaborate on this. Let's do this. Let's start something, right? So a friend of mine, funny enough, that actually helps with the edits now, literally reached out to me. He actually runs Subs Network.
Right.
So they do editing and packaging. So it's like, okay, fine, I should shoot it and then they will edit it. So basically, so that's what happens. So I do the shooting with my phone and I send it over.
Have fun. So you don't have to have camera expenses.
No, you do not have to have a camera. No, you don't. I actually do it. And it wasn't easy, oh God. The first day I was frustrated. I literally signed up from morning till night, struggling. It was war. Another thing that is the fact is I use an iPhone, right? And you know how it is. iPhone does not allow you to send documents to other systems. So it's very difficult. So that was a struggle. So because of all that experience and how I have to struggle, and I was like learning to edit myself. So now you see me in the middle of the night, I'm on YouTube looking for which app is best compatible with iPhone editing and all of that. You see me cutting and so now I'm actually getting my hands more involved with the editing.
Very nice. Guys, you should check it out. It's really good.
I'm telling you. So so that's basically it. So I just started that. He still does stuff for me, but when I do like my smoothie videos, for instance, now and other kind of videos, I edit it myself. Really, just put it out there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that side of you. There are so many things I would like to read you, but we can. It's good to let you go and then bring you back again so that the spices.
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
We anticipate. So, are you looking forward to go back to work soon? Anytime soon now?
No, definitely. Yeah, definitely I am. But you know the way things are with this corona thing in Nigeria now, it's crazy. The numbers are going up, and we probably seem like we don't even know what we're doing.
Right.
So yeah, so we're working from home majorly. But the
Mm,
good thing about where I work is that if you want to go in to record and all of that, you still can. But
right.
for now, I'm working from home and sending content to the station. So that's basically it. So from now till like
Yeah.
whenever they say, okay, you know what, okay, safe to come back. So we're
Right.
still just home and doing all that stuff. Yeah.
Really tough. I know it's a difficult
I
time for
do miss
everybody.
being on live TV though, I won't lie.
I can
Yeah.
imagine. It looks like fun. I see your programs. It
It
looks like fun.
is.
Yeah.
It is fun. It is
Yeah,
a whole lot of fun.
especially the backstage. I like the when you show the what happens behind the scene. I like it actually. It's really fun when you have the outdoor instead of this
Behind the
boring
scenes.
home studio where you just. I love it though. I put the
Yes.
camera. I still feel alive.
Yes, true,
It
true.
makes me feel alive. Once I put the camera and my husband
Yeah.
stays there and Olivia is the other side pressing and everybody's everywhere running around.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
household is doing the social distancing edition, but it works. So nice to have you,
Yeah.
Winfrey, darling. If you have any
Thank
questions for her,
you.
please drop it now before we let her go. I will bring her back in a better drilling atmosphere, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
This is really a difficult time. Coronavirus are really tampered with the whole lot. That's right. Do you have any in case as you are working now? Do you have actually in case work in case something happens and you don't go back to work? You just continue with your home show. You think?
Yeah, if I don't go back to work, yeah, of course yeah, I think that's the beauty about being in the media industry. There's so much
Mm,
you can do.
a lot.
There's
Yeah.
actually so much you can do. Do you understand? So there is
Mm,
you deciding to focus on your own personal stuff and putting content out there. You never
right.
know where the next endorsement may come from. Do you
Mm-mm.
understand? So the idea is, I think that is the idea, and that's the focus for any influencer or media person or
Mm,
anybody that's putting out content, right? Because you don't know what brand might say, okay, you know what, I want my stuff in that. So of course, if
that's
I can
right.
do that and get money and it's hello, what am I going to work for? So
Mm,
so
that's
yeah, but
right.
then again, it's always good to have that constant income, right? So yeah, so that's it.
Yeah.
Like basically putting out content, finding ways to improve your content back to back to
Mm.
back and all of that. There's also I also do like a podcast on a Jollof Radio. It's an app,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So yeah, so I
Mm,
also do podcasts, basically lifestyle and all that kind of stuff. So yeah,
mm.
I do that, and
Fun.
of course, look forward to having more gigs like that where you actually just distribute content. Do you get when you can create
Mm.
content, you distribute it around, and that's basically that's work. That's work. You don't
Amazing.
necessarily
Yeah.
have to literally be in this thing to get work.
That's that's right. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
what is it good to do something you really don't love just to be able to fund something you love?
Oh well,
Mm.
I don't think there's a problem with that. If in the
I don't
meantime
think so.
what you want to do is not necessarily like something you can afford, why not? In the
Yeah,
meantime, but as long as you don't get carried away and forget about your goals, right?
that's right.
Forget about
Yeah.
what you intended to do and why you intended to do that in the first place. As long as you can remember that, okay, you know what, this is why I started this, right?
Mm.
So I
That's
think yeah,
right.
you could do it, but just
Staying
don't leave
focused.
exactly. Stay focused and don't get carried away. Yeah.
Right, right. What would you say that makes you stand out from all the influence? Because so, again, influencing work is everywhere now. What would you say that makes you stand out?
Yeah. The truth is that I would.
Is that the
No,
truth? I
that's
like
there. The truth is that I don't.
yeah.
I don't know. Right? That's what sometimes I actually sit down and think about. I'm like, okay, what is it that sometimes because I even have a stylist for instance, like why is it that okay some designer some brands will rather work with you this person and not work with this person? I
Really are the
think
best.
with every individual, everybody on this earth, right? I feel we are unique. Just the same way
We are.
our thumbprints, our fingerprints are different. The same way
Mm,
even if you can have a twin sister, but your fingerprints can never be the same. The same way I feel
that's
in
right.
our personalities, in our characteristics and everything, we have
Mm,
that difference. We have that thing that's unique with you. And that is why it's very important you stay genuine, right?
Right.
It's very important you stay yourself, be yourself. Do not struggle to be any other person, because the truth is that person is already taken. So why am I trying to be like that person when I can actually be me? So honestly, as much as it's good to draw inspiration and motivation from people around, I just try to be myself. I just try to not just be carried away by everything that's happening. Just for instance, now I know I have had different calls from different brands, right, to endorse their, or to be brand ambassadors for their skin care lines and products and everything.
When you know you wouldn't even use it yourself.
Truth is, I actually like most times. At a point, I used to be scared. Like, how will I tell this person? Do you get? But I'm like, see, I will read your product. Your product is saying things that I do not agree with. I'm sorry, I can't go and be lying. Do you understand? I'm like, no, I won't do that. I will wait. Fine, the money might seem so enticing and everything, but I will wait till that brand that resonates with me, because I believe that it will. Do you understand? So that is. So I just believe that you just have to be yourself. Just be true to who you honestly are. If I was a person that I'm into all those kind of things, why not? Do you get? So just be true to yourself, and like the universe has a space for everybody.
Everybody, that's right. You have a question there for you before we let you go, darling. At what age do you think is best for a person to start his or her presenting career? Is it okay to go into presenting when you're still in school? Thanks so much for coming through. You are indeed something.
Yeah, of course. Like, if you're in that's what I said. That's where I started from, right? Like, then I remember then when I was in law school, I would literally leave school on the weekend. I'm not advising you to do that. Leave school on a Friday, for instance, now, and then go, or is that like a Friday after class, go do my recording Saturday, Sunday, come back to school, right? So I believe, I think the earlier the better. Same as modeling, the earlier the better, because the earlier you start, the quicker you get better at it. That way, when you're leaving school, you know, okay, fine, that if that is what you want to do, you know, okay, this is what I want to do. You know that the years have given you opportunities to train and have experience on it. Because of course, even as I said, I didn't have any experience or any training when I started. I know they did ask me, have you done this before? And I could tell them, okay, fine, when I was in school, I used to do this, I used to do that, I used to do that. Do you understand? So so of course, if you're in school, you want to start, go ahead, look, but doesn't mean you should abandon your school. Just try to find a way to juggle it so that there's a balance.
Right. I think actually what people should know, that presenting job, it's not something you go to school to study to have an idea of what the market is like. But the truth is that most of it you learn on the field, as in when you're on the street.
Job.
You don't. The truth, honestly, what I know today is not in school. I don't learn it from school. That's all. You have to literally juggle it around and then find your balance. Even as a producer or as a director, most of it you have to learn on the field already. So in school, yes, you have an idea what it is. You study to know all that and have the certificate, fine, but you have to learn on the field. So yes. My question is, what's your biggest motivation? Do you have a mentor? What was the most discouraging time you ever encountered? Ooh, that's a lot of questions for you.
That's a lot of questions. But if I can summarize, first of all, right, I'm a spiritual person. So most times when I get burnt out and I get tired and I get frustrated, that's what I do. I just log out and I actually just pray. I just log out and actually just sit down in my room and just literally just talk to God. I will even say it that way, because I literally just tell him, just as if I'm talking to somebody else. I just tell him, see, God, see, this is what I'm going through right now. I don't feel so good about it. I feel like this, I want this and all of that. I literally just ask for peace and then just calm down and let everything go. I notice that the more I struggle for certain things, the more difficult it feels sometimes. So when it seems like I'm in that whole, like I'm under a whole lot of pressure, I literally just take a step back and I just let it go. And then another thing that I do that motivates me is that every morning I try to listen to either a gospel message or motivation on YouTube. Oprah Winfrey is one woman that she has been in the industry for long, and she has a whole lot of motivating videos, and she actually speaks a lot at different places. So I look for people like that, like Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama. They are different. Like if you go on YouTube, there are thousands of YouTube.
My drive-through when I'm driving my daughter to school.
Exactly.
I that morning, really good.
I'm telling you, I do that also like in the morning. So I actually draw inspiration from all these people, and you hear how, just like anybody, they've all faced difficulties, and they also are just trying to survive and make things better. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, guys, and then our time is ticking now. Thank you so much, Winfrey Love, for coming.
Thank you.
I look forward to get to know you better. Yeah, I wanted to come back, but unfortunately, I better go. Let me sit back.
Yeah.
We'll keep it touch, love. Thank you.
Definitely, we will. We will. And I should definitely be hosting you very soon. So, I'll send you a message.
No problem.
Thank you for having me.
Sure.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Okay, I know you have a lot of questions. Please go over to our account. If you're not following her already, go over to Winfrey, Dania, and follow her. So our time is out. Thank you for all of you that joined in today. Looking so much forward to see you on Sunday. And yeah, have a very good evening. I love you. Go over to our account if you have more questions. She will definitely answer you, I promise. Dimma Vivian, go over to our account and ask that question. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Okay, thank you all for joining in, and we are out in 1, 2, 3. Ciao.